like us.
Okay, so Sharad wanted me to talk about one of the things that I think Freshdesk does well, and I've always told Sharad and Avinash that I won't share it. I want to keep our secret sauce, but customer actually blogged about it, so it's out there in the public domain. So I will give you the you can go. I will talk about it, but if you want to kind of learn more or see the email sequence, you can go and Google for how Freshdesk poached us from Zendesk. Okay, so basically, when you're setting an outbound team, right? We found out that the one problem for us with inbound, all the inbound lead gen was most of the time it was SMB. It's great, the long tail SMB, as Avlesh was saying, people who pay us $100 a month or $150, $200 a month. But if you want to quickly grow revenue, you also need to get some of the larger deals, like say people paying you $30,000 per year or $50,000 per year. And if you have like 4 or 5 deals like that coming per month, it adds up quickly, right? So, and the only way to go about that was we have to target larger companies. So you can't sit and wait for large companies to come via inbound because they don't. And usually the larger the company is, they are used to being sold to. They don't actually go online and buy most of the time. Maybe a small department may come online, but if a larger company wants to buy, let's say, 200 agent deal, like customer support software for 200 agents, they would sit and call 3 or 4 companies, and those companies will come and make presentations, right? So we need to actually engage, target, and go after them. So what we thought was, let's set up an outbound team sitting in Chennai. So later today, you're going to hear exactly about the model in predictable revenue and pick up that book. You will see there is a role called SDR, Sales Development Rep. And then there is an account executive who's the closer. So the role of the SDR is to qualify the opportunity. He has to kind of send emails, try to establish connection. Once connection is established, you get a reply. The reply could be positive, could be negative, could be neutral. You are asking for a 15-minute call, and then the person agrees. So there's a positive reply. Then you go and try to ask some questions to uncover if there is an opportunity. And see if they are a qualified lead or like, and then once it's qualified, then you go into passing it on to the account executive who will probably set up a demo and then close it, right? Now this SDR role, people are doing it in the US. It's going to cost them at the minimum of $50,000-$60,000 per year, because even if you take a fresh college grad, it's going to, you have to pay that much. So what we thought was, we'll take the predictable revenue book and implement it from India. Right, and we wanted to also go one level beyond. So most of you would have received spammy emails, right, from IT services companies. Like we are so and so, like a web development company. We are SCA, CMM level 4. We offer PHP, Ruby on Rails, Java programming. We have 300 qualified engineers. So that is the exact thing that you shouldn't do. Like when you send an email, right? Okay, I'm going to coin a term which is targeted mass emails. As oxymoronic as it sounds, that's what we need to do. Targeted mass emails, right? So how do you target? So the email has to be, the keyword is personalization. It is not about you. It's not about your company. It's not about your product. It's about the customer. So for example, we wrote, one of our salespeople wrote an email to Valerie Wagoner, who is the CEO of ZipDial, which recently sold to Twitter. So the salesperson wrote, hey Valerie, okay, I don't remember the exact things. It was something like, I'm a huge fan of the ZipDial idea of using missed calls for marketing. I'm also inspired that you graduated in Stanford and you came to Bangalore and started this company. I wanted to go to Stanford myself. So all this was in the sales email. And then he says, by the way, my name is Yashwant. I work at Freshdesk, which is a customer support company. And I noticed on ZipDial's website that there is no customer support portal. You're not using anything. So I actually went ahead and created a site for you, and this is how it looks like. And this is zipdial.freshdesk.com, and he's personalized it. And it would be great if you could connect me to your customer support person. I would love to show them what it is. Valerie wrote back, right, saying huge points for your sales email, and Zipdale is a customer today, and she actually said, I'm going to take points for my sales team from this and pass on my comments to your manager. Now this is not one email. This is somebody, as Ivis person pointed out, he's a fresher who passed out in 2012. So we have a whole sales team is all 2012 and 2013 pass outs. A lot of people doing this. So you have to understand that there are hundreds of spammy emails coming. You have to stand out. And in order to stand out, this was just one example. There are so many others. Okay, I'll tell you another story, and I hope Paras will not kill me for this. So the same guy, by the way, Visual Website Optimizer is a customer of Freshdesk today. And so Paras was a speaker at NASSCOM Product Conclave. So this guy went to NASSCOM Product Conclave. As soon as Paras finishes the call, he runs behind him and said, I came all the way from Chennai just to meet you, right? And Paras took him and gave him a meeting, and then he showed Paras a demo. Even I would have, I've never done that, but he's shameless, the sales guy, and I don't like to disturb somebody immediately before or after their speak, but after that it was a long evaluation, and 6 months of engagement later we got Visual Website Optimizer as a Wingfay as a happy customer, I assume. So the point was, the same sales guy, when I was in Bangalore at the Your Story job fair, I was recruiting, he came and told me, I came from Chennai just to meet you. So, and when he told me the Paras story, that's when I realized I was also part of the plan, right? So, but the lesson here is, we have to stop talking about us and start talking about the customer. And there is also a huge benefit in this model, where even if we send out 50 to 75 different emails every day, we are not considered to be spammy. We bring a smile on the face of the customer. I'll tell you another example. So how many of you here know Lyft? So Lyft is a competitor to Uber, and they usually have this pink mustache on the car as a logo. So this guy actually wore a pink mustache, meaning a big one, took a picture of himself with the mustache, and then having a poster saying, Lyft should try Freshdesk, right? And then he sends this picture to the CEO of Lyft, saying, here is my picture to support Lyft's Movember. In Movember, people grow mustache, right? He sent it in the month of November. And then he's saying, I'm a huge fan of how you started solving the transportation problem in the PC to solving that, empty space problem in the PC to empty space problem in the car, passenger car. So basically he's connected, and we are waiting for Lyft in India. So he's writing a personal mail. It's not a spammy sales email. The CEO of Lyft or the co-founder of Lyft actually replied saying, okay, we are using some other tool. We are not looking to change now, but huge points for the email. Now we sit back and wait for them to get frustrated with their current tool. So we periodically check in, right? So basically what happens is, you leave a positive impression. You are not seen as a spammer. You are seen as a company that's smart, that has a sense of humor, and that leaves a brand impression, right? And the cost of it, an email. So you may not be able to do 100 emails per day. A salesperson probably today is only doing, say, 10, 15 emails like this per day. But if we can create enough templates, you can do what we call as targeted mass emails.
I would add to that, what we did is that initially we didn't know who will be our customers. We only know that small businesses would be. We went to Twitter. We didn't know how to acquire US customers and all. So we went to Twitter and we just sent to these website design companies and all those companies, software companies, and we told that your site is really good. This you can improve in your site, as we come from the background of UI UX and all. So you can do that. So after that they became friend of us, and later on when we told them about our company and all, it became a discussion in their household, small businesses. They discuss about how they can improve their company in their household in the parties. So that became a little bit for yours.
Okay, there's Isaac. He's been waiting for a while.
So I'm Isaac. I run a company called InkMonk, which is into merchandising, which offers a full stack merchandising solution for businesses. So I heard a lot of people talk about a virtual way of targeting customers and leads and growing a customer base. For a company like me, I'm not sure if I would relate to a lot of companies here because you guys are all virtual. We sell stickers and T-shirts and things that are really physical. So my first experiment was when I was talking about when many people are giving their own experience. I wanted to share mine as well. Like we were selling physical stickers, like laptop stickers, which were not at all available in India. People had a minimum order quantity of 1,000 stickers if you go to the local print shop. What I did was I used to send 2 stickers to every startup which I liked. Like I used to follow this Your Story pages that says 80 best startups out of in 2014 or something like that. So find out every startup's address, which you can do by Google search and LinkedIn, and find out the marketing person. You definitely know through LinkedIn like who's the marketing person in that. So we came up with a campaign saying that so we found Amazon, we found so many other great startups. I even mailed Paras and Doc Engage and few other Freshdesk. So we said InkMonk loves Freshdesk. InkMonk loves VWO, Visual Web Optimizer, and a very personalized cards and with stickers. And I didn't give them more. I personalized those stickers only for 2 because there'll be, I know there'll be a scarcity. Because only if your founder is going to stick one, your team is going to come behind you and like, I want that sticker as well. So so that really worked, and we gave free T-shirts. We made the best quality T-shirts. We gave free T-shirts, not more, just 1, so that once the founder wears it, the team would wear it. So so that was a very interesting thing that happened with InkMonk that I wanted to share.
Yeah, so all of you should order T-shirts and stickers from InkMonk and also give it to your customers.
Question on this, like these outbound kind of leads and listen. Most of the things which you talked are mostly online. So this reaching people offline. So in our case, so I'm Varun from Happy. In our case, the decision makers may be CFOs, COOs of company who are not going online and searching for that. So has anyone done an experiment in offline world where you send something to the CFOs personally and that turned out to be a great, you can say, a lead gen for you?
Okay. So actually I will just answer that not as somebody who has done it, but somebody who has received it. Okay, Marketo actually follows. That's when I actually understood the power of predictable revenue, when I saw, and all of you I am sure are receiving these emails without knowing that you are going through the predictable revenue process, right? You are receiving emails on LinkedIn congratulating you on the coverage or congratulating you on the funding that you received, or so. And then what Marketo did was they tried sent 2 LinkedIn emails, then they sent a book and a fortune cookie to the office, to the US office. I was sitting in India, we only had a virtual office, and he just sent it there, and there was a package lying, and then they sent a follow-up email saying, hey Girish, we sent this book to you and a fortune cookie, did you manage to see this? We were told that the best way to reach you is via email, and so they were actually calling back after sending the book and the fortune cookie to check if they received, and then probably the virtual office guy told send him an email, and they sent an email. So I know that companies like Marketo use it, and I also know that cost of customer acquisition for them is very high. But if it really is about touching the customer 3 or 4 times, and if you give them something, there is, and if you give them something nice, I can definitely say as a customer, like I would have at least I'm not getting the right word. Like I want to talk to you, right? I would want to, because you sent me something, I want to be nice. I'm obliged. I feel obliged that I should at least take your call. I think it could work, especially in high value sales.
Girish, we have probably 1 or 2 questions. Okay.
So this.
Okay,
great. Quick question. I know when we do product notes and we send out product upgrades, a lot of time they say if it comes from the founder, right? Sudarshan from Ripple Hire, it becomes very personal and reflects interest. From a sales perspective, when you send out these mails, a lot of times it happens from executives. Does that matter? Or initially you go through the founder, when do you make the transition?
So we have always, at least I don't know what is the right answer, but we have always done it from the salesperson, because eventually you have to scale. And to the customer, I don't think the founder may have a better connect, but if the customer has a need and he likes the mail, I think it's not about the founder or the salesperson. In our case, it was more the humor, and it worked. So I don't think there's a right answer. And sometimes when the founder keeps sending, people may think it's a small startup. Yeah, last question.
I'm Vasant from Shield Square. Yeah, the question is for Girish. So, because you have got all these smart talents, right? How do you really get these talents who write this personalized email? For two reasons. One is they understand our business, and also they understand the customer better, including their business or the persona.
Okay, I'll answer this. So basically, how do you hire for sales? Or I'll just give this, right? And there was also a question about how programmers can sell and so on, right? So this is again one of the things that we are really proud of about the Freshdesk culture. This is a book that you should read, which is called First Break All the Rules. And in that book, I've talked about this a lot, where I'll just say it's about talent. At the core, people have one or two core talents. Like somebody can speak well and articulate well. Some people are very creative. Some people can write well. Somebody's a natural talker. You need to find out what that core talent is and match it to the role. If you're hiring for sales, you look for natural talkers, people who can talk about any topic. They will be good in sales. If they also have empathy and detail orientation, put them in support. If they're really creative, put them in marketing. So we actually look for that as the most important thing in our hiring criteria, to see, because we believe that there are no bad employees, there are only bad fits. So if you actually find the right talent and map it to the role, you're unlocking the employee to actually deliver value, right? So I think we are running short of time. Sorry about that. So I would like to just conclude by saying I feel really, really happy and proud that Chennai has got finally an event of this scale, where we had, I think, over the past 2-3 hours, an excellent conversation. So thank you to Suresh and Avinash for putting together this wonderful conference.